Hello guys and welcome back to my channel. I'm super excited because it's finally spring and it's sunny and it's warm and I'm looking really lovely today. So I'm finally starting this really important series that I've been thinking about and working on for a while now. So this series is going to be about emotions and processing emotions. It's a huge topic. It's a really big deal and I'm really excited to be finally talking about this. So let's get into it. In today's video, I want to talk about this series a little bit more, what I'm going to be talking about, which emotions we're going to be talking about, who this series is going to be for, why it's important to begin with. So let's get to it. All right, so this is going to be a series of videos about different emotions and how to process them and how to let them go. A lot of people are not even aware that they have unprocessed emotions that are stuck in their bodies. And I'm terribly sorry, it's loud outside. My mic broke, so we have to listen to this. All right. This series is really important as well because a lot of people are not even aware that they have unprocessed emotions that are stuck in their bodies and causing physical and mental health problems. So I think it's really important to have skills in order to, help yourself and help the people around you who need it. Also, it's a really important topic because a lot of people were not taught how to process emotions and how to deal with them when they were kids, and when we grow up, those skills don't magically appear in our heads and we don't just magically know how to deal with these things. So this is something that we have to learn ourselves, and it's completely up to us, unfortunately, or not. So the good thing is that, we have all the resources in the world right now available to us so we can help ourselves. Now, let's talk about some signs. How do you know that you have unprocessed emotions? Because sometimes you might not even be aware of that. Is this video for you? Are these videos going to be for you? Is this going to be helpful to you? First of all, it is going to be helpful to everyone because I'm going to be talking about specific skills that you can do in situations when you have an uncomfortable emotion come up. How do you handle, let's call them unpleasant emotions, in the moment when they happen to you? But also, how do you deal with the emotions that you have stuck in your body about situations that happened, for example, many years ago, or something really old, unprocessed. So this is going to be helpful to you regardless. All right, so here are some signs. How do you know that you have unprocessed emotions in your body? You have unstable level of self-esteem, so it's really easy to get your levels of self-esteem to fluctuate. So it's really easy to increase your level of self-esteem, but also to decrease it by very small, seemingly insignificant events. You are afraid to be seen. You struggle with setting boundaries, which I talk about a lot. That's an important skill. You do not know about your true desires. You do not know where to go in life. You don't know what you want. You struggle with self-image and self-identity. You might also have problems with emotional eating and overeating. And also, sometimes or a lot of the times you find yourself in situations when you just feel bad and you do not know why. Or you have this, what I like to call kind of background anxiety that is just running constantly in your head and is making you feel pretty bad about your life. And another important sign is that you are prone to codependent relationships. So, yes. This is why it's very important. All right, so let's start with defining an emotion, because I feel like a lot of the times people confuse emotions and feelings, and these are not necessarily the same things. All right, so an emotion is what you feel as a result of your body reacting to external or internal circumstances. Internal circumstances can be something like thoughts, and external circumstances can be anything. It can be a fight, it can be a conversation, it can be anything like that, a confrontation. So an emotion is something that happens to you in the moment. it's a quick reaction. Our feelings, on the other hand, are more about our deeper thoughts and perceptions. So feelings can last, a really long time. We can experience them permanently, whilst emotions are quick and reactive. All right, so another reason I think this series is really important is because people often aim to control their emotions, whilst this is actually impossible. And it's not something that we should even aim to do, because there's really no point. Emotions tell us about our body's needs and about our circumstances. They signal that something needs to be changed, or we need to address something. This is why it's so important. We shouldn't shut them down. We should listen to them, because our emotions is our bodies talking to us, so that we would listen. We cannot control emotions, but we can control our reactions, and we can absolutely control how we process and let go of those emotions. It's a skill, we can learn that, so that's okay. Now, why do we need to process emotions? Why do we even need to learn these skills? I do believe we need to learn the skills so we don't get stuck in the old patterns. I do believe we need to learn them so that we don't feel constant anxiety in the background of our minds, so we don't feel controlled by our past events and traumas, and so that we experience freedom, so that we feel free to make decisions that are truly ours, and we do not feel like we need constant approval from other people. We don't need to be eating our emotions. We don't have to be with the people that are hurting us but feel familiar. Since emotions seem to be such a natural and normal thing, which they are, obviously, why is it the case that so many people do not know how to process them, how to deal with them? I mean, I already said it before that, in the past, people did not know how to. People rarely talked about, mental health in the past. It was not really such a common thing as it is nowadays. We have access to pretty much unlimited resources nowadays, and we are free to educate ourselves. Whilst people in the past had different goals and objectives, clearly, it is still unfortunately the case that some people want to have well-behaved, good children, and it was definitely the case back in the day when we were small. So we were not taught how to regulate our emotions because our parents didn't know how to do that. We did not know how to regulate our nervous systems because our parents didn't know that. It wasn't even a topic. Nobody talked about it really. So it wasn't really so common as it is nowadays, which obviously means that when we grow up, like I said before, we do not just magically get those skills. We have to learn them. So people did not really talk about emotions and feelings so much back in the day, or about mental health and things like that. So children were not encouraged to express their emotions, their needs, talk about their feelings, their mental health and things like that, obviously. So so here we are. That's okay. Lots of people still grow up feeling afraid to express how they truly feel. They are afraid to express uncomfortable emotions such as anger, for example, or even sadness, because we don't know a lot of the times how to express those things ecologically, how to do this in a manner that is not going to hurt us or other people around us. Now, I decided to break this series down into several videos and devote each video to a specific emotion. We're going to be talking about so-called undesirable, unpleasant emotions. There's really no such thing as a bad emotion because they all need it, they all serve their purpose. And I decided to talk about 5 major emotions, 4 of which are basic and 1 of them is a bit more complicated. So we're going to talk about anger, we're going to talk about sadness, we'll talk about fear, shame, and jealousy. Anyways, thank you very much, guys, for watching this video. I really appreciate it. Please like it and subscribe to my channel. I would really appreciate your support. Please let me know your thoughts in the comments. Also, please stay tuned because I'm going to be posting the videos from the series very soon. And the very first emotion that I'll be talking about is anger, which is really, really important and the first basic emotion. So thank you very much, and I will see you very, very soon.